Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible to everyone? Okay, so yesterday we have discussed TestNG. Today, so from today we will see how we can design one end-to-end framework from scratch. So for that, I have simply just launch the Eclipse editor first of all, and after that I will start creating a project. So first of all, we need to create one project. So for that, I will click this, and I want to work with Maven. So I will say select Maven project. So this is everything till the project creation. Then we will see how we can design. So now click on next and select here, which we have already made. Again, I am selecting the same Maven. So I will select this one, and here I will provide the group ID. So it can be any name. So let me give this name and click on finish. So after that, it will give me one dummy step, which will look like this, which we have already seen. So this is the structure which looks like this. So I will go to, first of all, I will go to pom.xml and place all the I will going to require. So let us follow the dependency first. So let me go to Maven repository. So which dependency I will require? First of all, Selenium. So I will say Selenium Java. So copy this one. Selenium we will require. So let me give Selenium dependency. So I don't require JUnit. So let me remove this one. Selenium. And what's next is TestNG. So let us get the TestNG as well. So let me use this one. TestNG dependency also required for our framework. And other one is so for reading the data from Excel in our framework, we require two dependency, which is POI. So this we have already discussed. So let me take this one as well as this one. So we require both the dependencies to read the data from our XML. So this one I will put, and there is one more which we have discussed. This is the one. So both these we will require to run to read and write up to read our Excel file. So let me paste this one, and I think these are all the dependencies. So one more one more new dependency I will add. So which is called WebDriver Manager. So let me tell you what is the advantage of this in a while. So WebDriver Manager, go here and copy this one, right? First one, latest one. So if you remember that when we need to run our test case on Chrome browser, we need to download one .exe file. Every time we need to download. So if you use this dependency, you will not you will not it will not be able what I can say. It is not compulsory for us to download that .exe file. This dependency will manage all the .exe file internally. So we will see how. So let me use this one only and go here and basically the dependency. So there are few more dependency which we will require, but we will as of now let us go with this one only. And again same I will remove all this. Inside build tag I will remove all this thing. I will create my own. So for the Maven, we require one Surefire plugin which we have already discussed. So let me go to their official website. Sorry, not this one. Maven Surefire plugin. And I will go to usage and I will copy that plugin. So from here to here and paste that plugin here inside build tag. So these are all the important things we have done as of now. So till now it is clear to everyone. Okay, I hope it is clear. No questions. So now what we will do, some error is coming. Let me remove this. So let me create few packages. So it is giving one error. Maven update the project. So error should go. Now I will create a few packages here in the source main Java folder. So one package will be our base class. Base class will be here. And there is one more package which is our page objects. Let me say object. Let me say page. Here we will be maintaining all our page object which we have discussed already. And here I will create one more new package, test cases. And here we will create all our test case. So let me open that website URL which we will going to use. So if I open Amazon, so this is the, if I go here, so we will be going to use this page because in this page we can run our test case with the multiple data with different name, different email. So I will copy this URL as of now. Or okay, I will copy this URL. So what I will do, in our test case, I will create a test case which is called Amazon. So let me write Amazon create account. So this is the name of the page, create account page. And here inside this, so here inside this, I will write one test case. So as we are using test.ng, I will use @test annotation, and I will write public void Amazon, or let me say public void create account. Some name I am giving. So Inside this, what we used to write driver.get. First of all, we need to so we need to so I will not be going to write driver. What I will do, I will create one base class display here, and inside that I will create one class. So the class name can, let me say the class name is base. So let me again. And inside this, I will going to write some code so that we don't need to write web driver every time. This method will give us the driver object. And inside this, I will create one method public void initialize. So some name I am giving initialize driver. Some name you can give like this, which means we are going to get our driver object from this. And let me create public. So let me create one web driver. And before that, let me create, I will create one property class. So why we will create, let me show you. So how we can create one properties class, sorry, properties file, new, go to file. So suppose if I give the name as data dot properties, and here suppose I will write browser is my key, and what is the value of browser? It is Chrome. So what will happen? I want that suppose in future if I change it to Firefox, automatically my test case should run on Firefox. So that's why we will maintain one properties file. So extension is dot properties, otherwise it will not take. So suppose as of now I have given browser equals to Chrome, and I will read this data file, this properties file, and then I will compare what is the name written here, right? So how we can do in our base class only. So in our base class only, what I will do, first of all we need to read one properties file. So for that, first of all I will use one this class. This class have the capability to read the file. New file input. So it's a Java class, and here I will provide the path of this file. So what is the path? So this path, when I will give this framework to you, you can change it. Otherwise, it will throw error. So you can change this path. As of now, this path is this one. So I will paste the path. So this is the complete path of my properties file. So import the package. And I can do one thing. Let me create it outside. So after that, I need to read the properties file. So there is one class which is properties equals to new. I am creating the object of that properties class. So import the package. It is this. It should be small t. And I will say, so this prop object have one method which is load. And here you need to pass this object, because this object knows where your file is present. If you give this FIS object to this one, now this object also knows where your file is located, and this object will give you one method which will help us to read the data from this properties file. So what is the method name? So if I write string browser name equals to prop dot get property. What is our key value is browser. If you see what is the value here I have written, left hand side. This one I have written. I want to get this value. So this will give me the browser name, right? Which is Chrome as of now. So every time when I will call this method, it will give me the browser name. Now I will apply if else condition. If browser name dot equals ignore case. So let me say Chrome. If it is equal to Chrome, then I will invoke the Chrome browser. Else if browser name dot equals Firefox. Suppose someone has given Firefox, then I will do this one. Else if, so you can create so many like this. Else if browser name dot you can say Internet Explorer. Someone is given like this. So now I will write the code so that our how we can write. If you remember, I have earlier we used to do system.set property, but we are using one dependency here, which is this one. So this will manage your .exe file. So for this, I do not need to set up some property. I will simply write WebDriver manager dot Chrome driver. So I want to run my test case on Chrome driver, right? So there are so many like this. You dot. So if you see Chrome, if you want to run your test case on Chrome browser, this is the Chrome driver, Edge driver, Firefox driver, right? And Internet Explorer, if you want to run, this is IE driver. If you want to run your test case on Opera Mini, this is the driver, right? So as of now, I want to run my test case on Chrome driver. Then I will say dot setup. So this line will set up the .exe file for you. It will download it internally if it is not present as per your browser version, right? And after that, you have to write one line. So if you see, I have created WebDriver object at the class level. WebDriver. Please insert. So I will say driver and import it. Now, as of now, it do not have any value. But once I am given, if the Chrome is matching, I will say driver equals to new Chrome driver. So this will invoke the Chrome driver. Similarly, if someone has given Firefox in the properties file, I will say dot Firefox driver dot setup, and here I will say driver equals to new Firefox driver. So at a time only one condition will be matched. So either this one or this one or this one. So you can create any other one more else if condition for some other browser. So this is how we can. I am maintaining one common base class. Every time I will call this base class. So once what will happen once I will come. Okay, so just say this. So now this is our method which I will call every time if I want to invoke any browser or for any test case, right? So once we will, so this method is from here to so I think if here are the three condition and this method after we will come out of any condition, I will give some timeout. So driver dot manage dot timeout dot, so implicit wait we have discussed, so let me give 10-second time, so everything will work. Time minute dot seconds, so this we have already discussed. And also I will maximize the window, so as soon as the browser will launch, I will maximize the window. And once I will complete this, I will return this driver object. So this I want in every test case. So once I will call the method, it will give me the driver object. So now this is the return type, which is WebDriver. So this is how we have created our base class. So this part is clear to everyone how we have created base class. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now this is the URL which I want. So copy this URL and this is our test case. So what I will do is, we know that what is inheritance, right? We can acquire the property of some other class. So if I say extends base, so now if I extend this base class to this class, I will be able to call the method which is initialize driver present in this class. So what I can do, if you see this one, suppose I will create one public. So for this class, I will create one more variable, which is driver. Import it. We'll also import this one. Now I will say driver. So if I say initialize, what is the method name? This is our method name, which we have created in the base class. As I am extending this base class to this class, I can directly call this one. So if you see, this will give me one driver object. So that driver object I will put into this variable. And now I can say driver.get, what is the URL? This is our URL. Now if I try to run it, let us check. So first it will call this method, which is our business method. From the I will get the browser name. So as of now, this condition will become true. So now you will see these two lines will execute only, and Chrome browser will be executed. So let us see whether it is working. So you can see Chrome browser executed. Also our URL is getting opened. So till now it is clear to everyone how we have executed our this simple test case. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now what we will do, I need to invoke this line before any test case. So what I will do, instead of writing it here, I will use testng annotation, which is before class. So I want that some line should be executed before this class, before class, and I will say public void run the browser. So some name I am giving. This line will run the browser. So if I put this annotation before this method, so before this @test, this will be executed. So this is what our testng annotation is before class. And instead of writing this line here, I will put it here. And once this will run, first of all, it will run. First of all, this line will run, and after that only this will run. So there is one more, which is after class. I want that after this method, there is one more annotation after class. So what we will do, once our test case will complete, I want to close the browser after class. So for that, again important, we have to say close the browser. And here I will say driver dot close. So as of now, let me comment it. You can uncomment it later. We will uncomment it later. So I will not close as of now. So now let me try to run it again. First this line will run, and if this line will run, this method will run, it will invoke the Chrome browser. So similarly, if I change it to Suppose I will change it to Firefox. So just change it here and run your test case. This time Firefox should be executed. So just change it one place and it will. Now our test case will run on Firefox browser. So you can see Firefox browser is open and now our URL will be okay. So now you can see URL is getting open, which is our create account page. So let me change it to as of now Chrome only. You can change any browser. And now, so this part is clear to everyone how why we are using before and after class. Okay, I hope it is clear. No questions. So now what we will do. Uh, Now I want to enter username and password. If you go to this, I want to enter name, email, uh, let me go back. So let me change it to India only. Because when it will be India, there are some more fields coming here. So phone number is also coming here, right? When I'm using India. So let me copy this URL and change it to this one. So now this is our page. And I want to enter name, mobile number and email. So password you can do it later. So for that we need to write the locator for each and every field here. So what is the locator for name? So let me take ID. So we can use one CSS shortcut. CSS shortcut is hash ID. So this is our CSS. Let me check one element is present only. So for the name text box, this is the one. So I'm not going to write locator here because we have designed one page object package. Here I will write all the locator for each and every package. So for each and every page. So the page name is Amazon create account. This is the page. And here, let me say by, I'm using page object. You can also use page factory, which we have discussed. Text box name by dot. We are using CSS. So this is our CSS I have written. Similarly, for the name I have written. And what are others? Name. So this is name. What is the other one? It is mobile number and the email. So mobile number is, again I will choose this one, hash ID. So this is our mobile number. So I will copy this, and here I will write my mobile. So for the mobile text box, by.css selector. This is for mobile, and there is one more which is email. So for the email, let me try to write one more selector. So for the email, let me check what is the selector. So for the email, let me go down. So let me check this one, ID, hash ID. So this is the shortcut. So now this is our email. So for the email, I will put it here. Again, same. Now I have to create public method. So public name. So this we have already seen. So let me create here, and I will return. So for that I need to create one constructor so that I can initialize the driver of this class. So let me create web driver, and I will also create one constructor. This is our constructor, and to this constructor I will provide the web driver from the test case, so it can initialize the driver object. Otherwise we will get null pointer exception, which we have seen already. And here I will say, so let me give it some other name, driver2. So import the package. So now I will return driver dot find element. I will return this text box web element when I call this method, and I can enter the value. Similarly, there is one more text box. So some error is coming. Web element, sorry, I have written web driver. So copy this method and create two more methods. One method is this one, second is mobile. So I will copy mobile hyphen text box. So we are not doing anything new, just we are seeing already, which we have seen already, which we are doing it again. This thing we have already seen, so again I am just writing it. Now third one is email. I will say email hyphen text box. So now we have created these three methods, and whenever I will require any web element, I can simply call this method from this test case. So what is the class name? This is our class name. If I want to call the method, I want to create the object of this class. Here I will create the object of this class. So this is my test case. So after running our invoking the browser, I will say I will create the object of this class. So this is how we can create the object. And here, as we are using one constructor, it will ask you, so it is not giving any error. So it should give. So if I go here, okay, so the class name is same. I think that's why it is confusing. Let me give some other name. Class name are same, so it is not giving any error. Now I will create the object of this class. This is our class name. Now once I will create, it will ask us to provide the driver object. So let us check. So now it is saying pass the driver object here. So first need to import the package where this class is present. This class is present inside page package. So the same thing we have imported on the top. So this thing we have imported, that's why we are able to use the class here. And now I will pass the driver object. So this is our driver object that is having some life. So I will pass it here, driver. So I will pass driver. And now this account object will give us so many methods which we have created account dot. First of all, I need to enter the name. So name we will get, and I will say dot send keys. Some name I am giving. Again, after name, I want to provide email. Dot send keys @gmail.com. Some dummy email I am giving. Again, for the third one, account dot, which is our. So before that, let me give mobile number. Let us go in sequence. Mobile dot send keys. Some number I am giving. So these three fields I have given, and now I'm trying to run our code. This again. So let us check whether it is able to run or not. So this time it should enter three data which I am passing from here. So it has entered three fields. So till now it is clear to everyone how we are entering the data here. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now what we will do, now we will provide one data provider to this class because I want to run this test case with the multiple data. So for that, I will create one data provider. So how we can create public, so let me give some name, public void get data. This is our method name. And if I write @data provider, so data provider help us to run our test with the multiple data. And here I will say name equals to some name I am giving. So let me say get data only. So it's in uppercase, but here it is small case. And now let me copy some data which I am having from my. So I have created this data provider. If I copy this, so for this data provider, I am using 3x3 array. So for the first array, this is the name, email, name, phone number, and password. Sorry, name, phone number, and email. For the second user, this is the data, and for the third user, this is the data. So this is how we can use data provider. And once this will done, I will return the data. So change the return type to string array. So now once our test case will run, right, as of now, we need to provide one more thing. So for this test case, I need to use the data provider. I will say data provider equals to get data. Here you need to give this one. Okay, it should be capital P. Now, as soon as it will see this one, it will go to this part and it will see that we are having three data, and it will call this method. And it will, once it will call the method, it will return the data. So for the first test case, this data will be returned. For the second, this one, and for the third one, this one. So now I need to create three variable. So here inside this method, we need to provide string name, string mobile number, string email. So then only we can catch the variable. We can catch the value in the variable one by one and place it here. So now name, mobile number, and third one is email. So now all our data will come from the data provider. If I run this test case will run 3 times. As of now, total test case run is 1, but now it will be 3 because we are using data provider, and these 3 data will be entered one by one. So first time this one, second time this one, and third time this one. So now Sumit will be entered, then other user, second user, and then third user. So how many, whatever the user, we have provided 3 data, so it has run 3 times. If you add one more, you can see total test is run 3, pass is 3, right? Because we have given 3 data. So till now it is clear to everyone how we are using data provider here. Okay, so now what I will do, I will create one more package. So the package name is, so let me not create data provider here. I will create data provider common class here, right? So what I will do, instead of writing this here only, suppose if some other test case wants to use this data provider, will I going to write this again? So answer is no. So let me create one new. Let me change the name, refactor rename, data provider. Give this name, and here inside this I will create one class. Here I will put my data provider. What I will do, I will, where is our class? This is our class. So I will copy this. I will copy this data provider from here to here and place it here. So if any test case wants to use the data provider, they can use it from here. So import the package. So not importing. Okay, so one more thing. You can see here it is not able to resolve the dependency. If you go to your pom.yaml, when we have got the testng dependency, it is saying scope of this testng dependency to the test folder. So this is our test folder, which is this one. So I want to use the testng dependency here as well, which is our main folder. So if I remove this, then only I will be able to use. So this is what means. Now if you see this error will go now. It will not be able to. So this you need to take care. You can remove that scope. Now this is our class name. So now when I run our test case from here, how this class will know that I need to go to this class? This is our class, right? So for that, what you need to do, sorry, this one, test case. This is our test case. So after that you can write, instead of writing like this, you can say data provider. I am saying that what is our data provider class? It is data provider data. Data provider. So I'm just saying that this is the class, and also I will write the name of the data provider. So what is the name of data provider here? Name is get data. So I will write data get data. So I think it will be capital P. So now with the help of this one, now I'm not maintaining the data provider here. I have given that go to this class where your data provider with this name is present, right? So you can create many data provider here and give different name and just specify the name here, right? So now I will try to run it again. Run as test ng test. Again, the same result will be there. It will run 3 times, but this time data provider is present in our separate class. One time, second time, and then third time. So we are just running our test case multiple times. So till now it is clear to everyone how we are using data provider in the separate class. Okay, great. So now what we will do, this is our class. Now sometimes what happens is that I want to get the data from Excel. So instead of providing the data, hard coding the data here like this, I will get this data from the Excel and I will provide it to data provider. So for that I have created one Excel file. If I show you, this is the file which I have created. So we need name, email and phone number. So let me open this. So some dummy data I have created. So we are having some name, mobile number of the person and the email. So same, and this is the name of the file which is students. So now I want to read the data, read this data, so which we have already seen. So let me show you one more time. If you go to this one, so this we have done in the previous lecture only. First you need to give the path of your file into this file input stream like this. This is the path of my file. So this we have already seen. So just I have done one change here. What I have done in the data provider, if you see, this is our data provider like this. So if I want to remove this hard coding data, what I'm doing, I'm calling Excel reader dot read data. So this read data, if you see here, what I've done, this will return me one string array, right? So the same array I am capturing it, I am capturing it into this variable, and now I'm saying return the data. So now the same thing we are doing, but we are getting the data from Excel. So let me first run this one. What I've done here. Let me debug this program. Let me debug it once. Okay, now we are here. So if you see this file, how many rows are here? 1. So it will count like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can see output will be 7. Total 7 rows we are having. Total 7 rows, so it will print 7. You can see rows are 7. And what about the column? So after that I'm getting the first row. So this we have already seen that how we can get the total number of column. There is no direct method. First we need to get the row, any row, and then once we get the row number, I will apply one get last cell number. So this will give the column count. So the column count will be 3. So now I am placing these two variable here, 7 by 3. So the same array will be created. Array size will be 7 by 3, 7 rows and 3 columns. So one array is created. You can see on the right hand side. So what is the name? Data. You can say 7 rows, and inside each and every row we are having 3 columns. As of now, value is null. Now I am trying to read the data from the Excel. So if you see this, I am not say this is 0 0, it is 0 1 and then 0 2. It is 1 0, 1 1 and 1 2. I don't need these three names because I need the data, not this column name. So for that I have started my I equals to, I will be starting from 1, not 0. You can see here I is starting from 1, not from 0, because I don't want the first column. So when I value will be 1, it is 1 0. It is 1 0. So what is the 1 0 value? 1 0 value will be this one, Sumit. Now it will give the value Sumit in the data 1. So what is the value? Data 1 is Sumit, right? And what I'm doing, if you see, we have created this array. This is array. So for this array at 0 0, I want to put Sumit, right? This is how it will work. So what I have done, I minus 1, I value will be 1 as of now. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So data of 0 0, it will be Sumit. So this will become Sumit. If I invoke it, it will become Sumit. You can see on the right hand side, this changes to Sumit. Again, when we say 1 1, and okay, one more thing, what I'm doing here, if you see this one, this is a numeric cell, right? Here some integer values present here. So if I fetch it directly, in the last class we got one error. So what I have done, I'm saying that 1 1, it is 1 1. For the column 1 1, set the type of the cell to string. So what will happen, this line will set this number. As of now it is integer, but now it will be, this integer will become string due to this line which I have written. So now it will changes to string, and now I can easily fetch the string cell value. So what is this one? It will give the phone number. So you can see the phone number will be here. And now for the Sumit, I want to place the phone number at 0 1. So it will be again 0. 1 minus 1 is 0, but it is 1. So 0 1 will become. So now you can see phone number is placed here. And now data number 3, it will be 1 0 1 1 and 1 2. So again, it will give you email address, right? So this is the email. And now this will go at 0 and 2. So this, at this place, instead of null, email will come. You can see on the right hand side. Similarly, it will run 2 more time. After that, I value will become 2. Sorry, not 2 more, not 2 time. It will run to 7 time. We are having 7 data. Second time, and then third time, then it will run fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, and one more time after this, seventh time, right? So we are fetching all the data by this logic. It will come out of the for loop. Now you can see here all the data is filled into our array. So each and every place some data of the person is coming, and after that I'm simply printing this. After this line, if I print it, you can see it will print all the data. So I don't want to print, I want to, you can see after this whole array data is printed like this, right? So this part we are not including. First column name, which is name, mobile and email, I don't want this, I want the data. That's why I'm starting from I equals to 1. If you give I equals to 0, first column, first row will also be printed. So now what I will do, I will copy the same code from here to, so let me go to that other class, this one. So same code is written here, but I have created one method out of it. So now this is the method. Let me copy this method from here to here. And now we will come to our framework part. So now I don't want the data like this. So I am going to, let me not remove this, let me comment this. So I have commented all the data like this because I want to get all the data from my Excel file. And here let me create one more package, new package. We can say utilities. Like Excel is one utility which we are using, right? Utilities. And here I can say new class, which is our Excel reader. Inside this class, I will use the same code which we have just discussed. This is our code. So instead of printing, you can see I've commented the printing part. Everywhere I've commented the printing part. This also you can comment. This is not required. So once this array, this is our array name. Once this array name will be filled with all the data, I am returning this array like this. So the return type will change to string array, right? That's why you are saying. So let me import all the dependency. So we are using POI. So I will click this one. Okay, so error gone, I think. So no error is present here. Now save it. And now I'm making this method as a static, so I don't need to create the object of this class. This is the method name, right? And if you go here, data provider data. Now I will say Excel reader dot get, sorry, dot read data. So it is a static method. That's why we are able to call this method like this. So what it will return me? It will return me a string array like this, a string array. So let me capture that string array in one variable. The name I am giving is data, like this. And after that I will say return me the data like this. So let me put one breakpoint here. Let me put one breakpoint here and let me debug this code. So right click, this time debug as test.ng. So it will stop at this line. Let us check. So let me put breakpoint here as well. So let me put breakpoint here, line number 33. So what will happen? First it will go to this part. You can see it is executing the Excel. That's why we are seeing this. Now it should stop at this line because this line and this method is already being called. That's why we are directly here. So once it will return me the data, this data will look like this. You can see all the data we are getting. Earlier we are writing like this and returning this data, but now we are getting this array from our Excel file, and this array will have all the data which we have put in our Excel like this. If I show you, so Sumit, first user, second user, third user, fourth user, fifth user, sixth and seventh, right? Like this. So now I'm going to return this data one by one. So what will happen? What is the data at first number? This is the data, right? Sumit phone number and the Sumit email. So if I execute this, it will go to the test case and get the first data. So I put one breakpoint if I remember, if you remember. So now for the first time, Sumit will come here, Sumit mobile number will come here, and then Sumit email will come here. Likewise, all the data will come one by one, and this test case will run 7 times. So if I just invoke this, So I think it is still executing. Let us check. Okay, so it will keep on entering the data. So 7 data I have given. So total test case run is 7. So let us check. You can say total test case and 7 passes 7. So this way we can read our data. So using Excel file. So this part is clear to everyone how we can read the data from Excel in our framework. Okay, I hope it is clear. No questions. So I'm assuming it is clear to everyone. So now we can do. So that's why you see this one. We are using TestNG. TestNG is the framework here, right? Just writing it here. TestNG is the framework, and we are getting the data from the external file. We are driving the data, driving or getting the data from external file, like Excel. We are getting the data from Excel. So what we can say, we are using TestNG as the framework. We will say TestNG is our framework, and along with that, I am using data-driven approach. Data-driven approach I am using. Why data-driven approach? Because I am driving all the name, mobile number, and email from our Excel file. Approach we are using, right? So this is our data driven approach. Similarly, you can also get the data from the database, which you can try, which this will be an assignment for you. So you need to get the data from the database. So database part also we have discussed. So now sometimes let me go to, suppose I need to take a, okay, let me, suppose I need to generate one report, because what happens is that I need to generate one report. Or before that, let me do one thing. This is a framework. I will create one HTML file. So convert to, sorry, where we can do testng, convert to testng, right? So testng XML we will use, so that we can run our data. We can run our test case. So this is our test case. Amazon create account is the test case name. So the same class is present here. Let us check. Amazon create account. So now with a single click, I can, as of now, because we are having one test case, there can be hundreds of test case. So what we can do, run as testng test. Again, same, it will run. So this is one thing. But now, as I'm working with Maven, I want that I will execute this testng XML from the Maven. I can do one thing. If I do right click, run as testng, this part will run. That is not an issue. But I want to give this testng XML to my pom.xml file. So Maven will run it for us. So what will happen when I say right click, run as Maven test? I want this testng XML file should trigger. So for that, we go to Maven again. Maven Surefire plugin. This is the plugin which we are using. Maven Surefire plugin. And if you go down, go to usage. So from here we have copied the plugin which we have placed in our XML pom.xml. So if you go down, they have also told you how you can use the testng here. So go here and come down like this. So what you have to do after this version, you need to place these 4 lines. So what you have to do, go to your pom XML file, and inside your, after this version tag, you need to provide this one. So I'm saying this is the file name. This, as of now, this is the name. So I'm providing the same name here. So if you do like this, let me save it. Okay, so some error is coming. Let me check what is our testng version. We are using TestNG 7.4. Okay. So what will happen? So sometimes you will get this error. So I will suggest you to use this version 22.1. So this version you can try. So this, because if this yellow line will appear, sometimes your test case will fail. So I'm using this version. You can change it to this one, right? So now this is the version we are using. And when I say right click run as test Maven test, you will see this Maven will see that this is the test.ng XML file I need to execute. So it will automatically run this file. You can see here this time. So it should run my test.ng XML. If it is able to run my test.ng XML, then our test case will also run. You can say Chrome driver started. Again, it will run 7 times. So 1, 5, total 7 times it will run, right? And after that it will stop. So if you give one more data, it will run 8 times, right? So you just need to change it here. Automatically our code will not fail. You can try that. And let me close this. So you can see total test case run 7. So till now it is clear to everyone how we are running our test case from Maven, running our test.ng XML from Maven. Okay. So now what we need to do, I want to generate the report. So for the reporting part, or before that, let me create one more package. So let me create one more package, which is listener. So I think listener is already covered in the yesterday's class. TestNG listener. So listeners will help us to modify our default TestNG behavior. So let me create package listener. Now I want to generate one report, new class. And inside this class, there is one listener which is called as hi test listener. So it will have so many methods which will help us. So I'm implementing this interface, and as of now I'm not seeing any methods here. What are all the methods we need to implement? So I will right click source, override implement method, select all, and then click on OK. So these are the methods which this will give you. So let me just remove this code which is coming by default. I want to generate the report. So this is the 7 to 8 methods it has given us. Okay. Now this is our listener package, listener class. It is implementing this listener. So first of all, we need to provide our test.ng that I am using listener. Then only it will go to that listener part. So let me do one thing. Let me just show you what I mean. Go here on test failure. Suppose I want to fail the test case. I will fail the test case, and here I will write HELLO, right? And I will put one breakpoint, right? Now, suppose we debug this code, debug this line, and before debug, let me fail the test case. How we can fail the test case? So testng assertions is already covered, right? Can anyone confirm? Okay, I hope it is covered. No response, so I am assuming that it is covered. So now we can assert equals. I want to fail the test case, so I will say some name here. So it will fail the test case saying that both the conditions are not, these two texts are not equal to each other. So once our test case will fail at this line number 42, immediately we will move to this line on test failure. Let us see whether we are moving or not. So let me try to debug this. It started again. Okay, so let me remove this. Now run it. So once our test case will fail, our execution should stop and we should move to that line. But as of now, we are not moving to that line, which means there is some issue. So what is the issue? Let me wait for that to finish. And it will also done. Now close it. So you can see our test case is finished, but still we are not moving to that line. Okay, so you can see all the test cases are failed because we are giving assertion. First, second, third, fourth, 5, 6, 7, like this, it will keep on failing, right? Because we have given expected this one but found this one. So if you go here, I need to tell my testng XML that I am using listener in my framework. So how we can provide? I forgot the line of this line. Listener. We need to provide the class name where that listener is present. So I think I provided it here. So if you see this one, first we need to create one listener's parent tag. Let me create one parent tag inside this suit. I will create listeners, and here I will give this line. So I'm saying what is the class name? So this is the package name. Package name is listener. So I will say this one, and this is the class name is listerners. So these two information I need to provide, then only it will stop at this point. So now if I run it, there I can run this one, debug as testng test, because I am telling that every test will fail, go to this class. Now this have the information. This time you can see we will move to that part, which is our listener class, like here. We should stop here because I have put one breakpoint. Every time any test case will fail, it should stop at this line. This is what I mean to say. So now it will start it. After this, it should fail. Okay, so again it is still not failing, not coming. Let me check what's the issue. On test failure. Okay. Go to this testng. listener. Okay, I think it is still not moving. So I think I have given correct listener class name. Listener. Okay, it is correct. It is still not moving. Hmm. On test failure. So test cases are failing, but it is still not. Let me say whether hello is printed in our output. So hello is not printed, which means it is not moving to this. I'm not sure whether I think um, this name and this name is similar. Might be that's the reason. Let me change it. Listener, reflector, rename. Listener, package. So what is the name? This is our package name. So might be this name was similar to this one. That's why it is not going confusing. Let me check again. Again. Okay, I think the reason is that I run it from this place. I need to run my TestNG XML every time because if I execute simply this test case, this will not have the knowledge of listener class. So run the TestNG XML, then only it will move. Let us check again. So this is our. It should stop at line number 22 this time. Should now you can see we are as soon as our test case is failed, we are moving to this line. It will only move when our test case will fail. As of now, all the test cases are failing. Now it will print like this. Again, it will move again second time because second test case is also failing. It will again come here. So likewise, it will come 7 times. So I want when our test case will fail, so before that, what I want to generate one report. So for that, let me take some dependency from my previous project. I've shared this project with everyone, so you don't have to. So I think somewhere here so the report which we are using is report ng. So for the report ng, we require two dependency. One is this one. We are using report ng. One is this one, and the second one is this one. One is this one. Second one is this one. So I will copy these two and place it into my project. So this is our form.xml. So in the dependency only, I will put these two. Fine. These two and all the dependencies in our project. And you need to do for here. Similarly, when you added to the test in XML. What is that? So these two information we need to give, then only it will generate the report. So let me give these two line again to the test ng. Otherwise it will not generate the report. So you need to provide these two information. And now if I run it, so this time I will run it using Maven. Right click, run as Maven test. So let us check whether it is able to generate some report or not. So this report I think only will have the information of the test case, whether it is failed or pass. Let us check how it will show you. So all our 7 test cases will fail. And always remember Maven, whenever you run your test case from the Maven, all the data will be generated in the target folder. So your report will also going to be generated in the target folder itself. So let us check whether it is generating any report after our test cases are finished. Okay, now all the test cases are done. So let me close the browser. So all our test cases are failed. Test run 1, failure 1. It should be 7 test case. Okay, I think the reason why it is saying as 1 is, even though you can see total 7 time it has run, but it is the same method. That's why it is giving like this, test run 1, right? So Maven is giving a different output. Anyways, you can see here we are running 7 times. Now if I refresh the project, refresh it, go to target folder, go to ShareFile report, and go to HTML, and then go to index.html. So this is our file which has generated. Let us see how this will look. So just paste the path here and hit enter. So now you can see if I click this, total 7 test cases are failed, right? Along with the error, you can click the error, it will display the error as well, right? So for all the test cases, the error will be same, like this and like this, right? So now what I want, uh, suppose if I pass the test case, let me pass the test case, how we can pass. And let me do one thing, let me not run, okay, let me run only. Let me comment the line. So all our test case will pass. If I run using Maven again, you can see run as all our test cases are passing. So it will mark all the test cases pass in the report. So now all our test cases are going to pass. So this is the final test case. Okay. Refresh the project, refresh it, go to this file and go to this one. So now you can see total 7 are the passed test case. So if I click this one, all the test cases are passed, and it is also saying what is the data I have entered for each and every test case, right? So this is how we are generating the report. But still something is missing here. I want that when a test case will fail, I want a screenshot of the test case present here, a screenshot of the failed screen, right? How we can take, how we can do that? So let me go to this one. So what I will do, let me copy this code and let me show how we can take the screenshot in Selenium. So for that I will create new class taking a screenshot. So for taking the screenshot, here I am simply using main method, just wanted to show so that we can place it in our framework. So paste these two lines. So as of now, forget about these two. And okay, so we need to pass this driver object. Where we can get the driver object? Let me say, let me write here. So these three lines is enough to take the screenshot. Driver. Again, I will use WebDriver manager dot from driver dot set. And here, WebDriver new driver, right? So this now how the, what we are doing, what we are doing to take the screenshot is, so okay, import it. So basically this is one interface, and what I'm doing is just this is my driver object. I'm typecasting, which means I'm converting my driver object to takes screenshot, right? So once I will convert like this, there is one method which is get screenshot. This is the method, and the output will be file. So I'm saying output is the file, and inside that I'm saying I want the output in the form of file. So once this line will take the screenshot, this variable will hold the screenshot. But I want the screenshot in my local machine, right? So how we can do? So for that, this is the class. This class have one static method, copy the file. I want to copy that screenshot from this file to this directory, right? So first of all, it will get the path till here. This will get the path till folder level. And then after that, let me give some name. So in double quoted, let me give as of now. So some error. So I'm saying once you will take the screenshot, go to this user.dir, which means this folder level. Inside this folder, go to target, go to target, go to target, go to ShareFile report, go to HTML and go to screen and just inside HTML create the screenshot with this name. So the reason why I am generating my screenshot into this path is because index.html file is also present here. So I am keeping my all the screenshot inside this folder only. Otherwise, you will not see the screenshot in your file. So folder should be the same, which is having both the index file as well as the screenshot name. So for taking the screenshot, we need to launch one website as of now. So let me say HTTPS. So now let me try to run this. Let me run till this path. So debug as Java application. So now it will open the google.com. It will take the screenshot as well. So once it's, so you can see the screenshot is present here like this. And after that, I will copy that screenshot from this variable to this file. So I'm creating one new file, which is a screenshot file. and I'm placing it with this name. So let me go to that project. As of now, no screenshot name is present here inside this HTML. But once I click this, let me refresh the project. So we have done taking the screenshot. Refresh. You can see if I open this. Okay, so I forgot to add one thing. So I need to provide the file extension as well. I have not provided. It should be .png. So screenshot .png. So let's run it again. Refresh the project. You can see. So now this file is generated, which is having the screenshot of Google homepage, right? So this part is clear how we are taking the screenshot.
Sumit, can you please explain that screenshot method you have created, right? That you just listed there, but explain that how it is works will be better.
Which one?
That you just pasted from somewhere else, no? No, yeah, this source file and all. Because we may not know which one we have to select. We want to do it by manually. We may not be having this, right? So that's why I'm asking.
I'm not getting your question.
No, you just copied and pasted here, right?
Okay,
Directly.
let me
This
show you. So these
screenshot
two
you
lines,
are
yeah.
passing these things and all.
So what I have to do, these three lines will be common. For these two, what I will do, let me remove this as of now. So basically, whenever you want to take the screenshot in Selenium, there is one interface. This is the interface name. So this is as per the Selenium documentation, official documentation. You can check there. So this is the interface. First, you need to convert a driver object to this interface like this. So if you provide like this driver will have the capability to take the screenshot. Now this will have one method which is dot get screenshot as, right? And it is saying tell me which output you want. So I will say output type dot file. So now I am saying give me the output in the form of file. So what is the return type? It is a file. So I will create one variable, like suppose this is the variable src, and as it is a type of file, I will say Java class. There is one Java class file. It is a Java class, so I'm creating the variable of that. And once a screenshot, so it is saying get a screenshot. It will get the screenshot of the page and place it here. But after that, the screenshot is present here. I want the screenshot as in the form of file only, right? So for that, there is one class file utils, and I want to copy that file from this src to this variable to a file. So for that, I'm creating one new file, which is and this is the path of the file along with the file name at the end. So this is how I am trying to do. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me
Okay.
run it again. Let me give Amazon.com. Let me say what will happen if I give Amazon.com. So this name, this will override the existing. As of now, you can see what is the screenshot. This is the one. But if I run it, so it is running. And now it will override the existing file. So this will override the existing file. So now instead of Google, so refresh. Please put yourself on mute. Some noise is coming. So now this is done. Let me refresh it. So it has not replaced. Let me do again. Let me close all the file. Let me run one more time. It should replace the existing. It is Amazon.com. Okay. Let me run one more time. Now I will. Okay, so it is still trying to take the screenshot. Refresh, target, verify report, HTML. Okay, now. So what is happening is that if I take the screenshot like this, it will keep on overriding the previous screenshot. I want that every time new screenshot will be generated and it will not be overwritten by the previous screenshot, which we have seen already like this. So now what I will do, go to this one. I will use one date class. What I will do, so what this date class will do, so I'm using java.util.date. So I will say string and I will say screenshot name here. So basically this date class will give you the date and time. Let me say this is the variable as of now. Now this will be variable. So what I'm doing, this will give me the date class. So let me do one thing. D dot to string. So I am converting the date to. Let me do one thing. Let me comment this. Now if I run it, let us see how the date will be generated. You can see this is the current date and time, hours, minutes, and second, right? So it is Indian Standard Time. Here it is giving along with all the other detail. So, but you cannot use. I want to give what I will do. I will name the screenshot with this name with the correct date and time, because if I keep on running this will never going to be same, right? Because seconds will always going to be different. So you can say earlier it was coming like this. If I run it again, it will be 10:02, 02 or 05, whatever. So it will keep on changing. Seconds will keep on changing. 10, 12, right? So, but you cannot use, right? If you try to create a file, normally you can try that. If you give colon or space in a file, this is not acceptable, right? When you create any file, you cannot give space and colon. So what I'm doing, I'm saying with this one screenshot name, wherever you will find colon, replace that colon with one underscore, and wherever you will find space, replace it with underscore, and after that give dot png, right? So if I print after this, if I print after this, you will see how it will be formatted, and we can simply use it in our file. You can see earlier this is the date, but now this is the file name I am going to give, right? And it will be different every time. So now this is what I am trying to do. So our screenshot will not be overridden by this. So now if you see this one, I am giving the same name, screenshot name here. So let me not print it. Let me also not print it here. So if I run this test case 10 times, you will see that screenshot, every time new screenshot will be generated and every time new file will be created. So I hope this part is clear. Let me show you once. Earlier our this file is overwritten by the new file, but now every time new file will be generated. Let us check. Now you can refresh the project. Okay, you can see this is the file it is generated. And if I run it again, one more file will be generated. Like this, it will keep on generating the new screenshot file, right? So now I will use the same screenshot code. This is our screenshot code in my framework. So let me not use the main method. So let me copy it again from there, or let me copy this only. Copy this, and again go to some, like you can go to, again you can create utilities, go to new class. So for the screenshot I am creating separate class. Let me say take screenshot. So let me create one public. So static variable will only create once. Dot name, and this is the code. So these three lines will not be coming because we will pass the driver object. So for passing the driver object, if you remember, we are using one base class, and here we are defining the driver variable at the global level. So this driver will going to have the life. So we can simply do extend the class. So because I need the driver object to take the screenshot, so let me delete this one. Let me delete this file. It is not required. Sorry, not this one. I was talking about this one. This one is not required. Now if you go here, it is a string variable. So I am using this name. Like this. So, and I need to create a method. This should be inside a method public static get screenshot. And I will place that code, place this for line inside this. So this method will take the, it is not returning me anything, it is just taking the screenshot. Import the package. So now it is giving error. So if I say, if I extend the base class, this is a class, I am extending the base class, which means all the fields of the base class will also be available here only. So now driver object will also be available to us, which is having the life. So now we are getting the driver object from here, base class. So this is not an error, it is just like this. Save it. So now we are getting the driver object from our base class. You can see it is also showing you that I am coming from the base class. So here I am using that driver object. So now what I will do, I will call this method I will call this method every time when our test case will fail. So this is what I want to do. Every time our test case will fail, I will call this method. So this is the class name. And if you go here, where our test case will fail, whenever our test case will fail, we will come here. This is our listener package. We have already seen how it will come here. So now, whenever our test case will fail, we will land here. So for that, I will provide dot get. As soon as our test case will fail, we will take the screenshot, right? So it is saying surround with. So basically, if you get any exception to maintain the normal flow, we are using try catch here. So let me remove this. Okay. So now, again, I will go to my this one and let me copy some code. I will explain. So we have done this one. Again, we are calling the method. We need to give this for line. What is this for line? If I go here. So after that, so what will happen? You will see this capturing screenshot name in your report ng file. So import this package. And what is this one? Let me not give these two lines as of now. Right. So what is this report? Whatever. Let me do one thing. I will debug the code. So I am just, this is the variable which we have created here. We have created in our, this is the variable name. So what will happen once it will take the screenshot, how it will behave? Screenshot name will come here to this variable, right? And after that, it will take the screenshot and place it into my local machine like this. So here, what I'm trying to do, suppose our, let me debug this. So error is coming. Utility, the class name is utilities. Utilities, UTI. Okay. The class name is, sorry, the class name is takes a screenshot. It is the package name. Takes. This is our class name, and I am accessing one variable which is having the name as get screenshot. So this variable I am accessing. So what will happen? Let me debug this code. And also here this will be take screenshot. So you can pass. So you can pass this name directly here. Instead of writing like this, you can pass this name as well here if you want. So let me first debug the code and let me put breakpoint at several places. Here as well, I will put one breakpoint. And now let me try to debug the code. But we need to fail our test case. I think we have removed failure step. Otherwise, it will not go. Because whenever our test case will fail, then only we need to take the screenshot. That's the concept which everyone follows. So if everything is passed, then why we need to take the screenshot? So let me fail the test case by this. And now go to test.ng, XML, debug as test.ng suite. So now if I try to debug, let me close all. This. Now, as soon as our test case will fail, we will come to this part. We will directly come to this part, line number 31, or let me say line number 30. So you will see this test case will fail when it will enter Sumit or some data. As of now, it is working. After entering these three data, it will fail. So you can see it is failed because due to the assertion. Now we are here. Now automatically once we are here, so somehow, okay, let me. So now we are here. So this method will be called, which means test case is failed at this page. As of now, this one. Immediately our screenshot method will be called, and it will also take the screenshot. So it is taking the screenshot. That's why our browser is blinking like this. So once it will complete the screenshot, we will again stop. You can see this method is called. So with the help of date class, we are getting one unique name like this. Name is coming like this, and I am copying that screenshot to that particular directory like this. So what is the screenshot name? So one screenshot with this name will be present. So let me copy this name. So you can say this will same 11 21 35, right? So what I'm trying to say, let me copy this. I have copied this, and now again same name will be here as well, right? Because 11 21 35 like this. So now if I execute this, a screenshot will be available to my local machine. And now after that, I am accessing that variable, right? What is that variable? Same variable name I am accessing. This is the, because a screenshot will be generated with this name in our machine, local path, which we have given. So now I am capturing that name here, capture that name here. So you can see again the same name will be coming here. And this is just a line that you will see in your test case in the report ng. And what is this one? So basically this anchor tag stands for the link. I am saying that whatever the screenshot you are taking, so this name variable you can also write it here. This name also you can write it here. So if you write, you can also write name here. What I'm saying, you can also write name here. So what this will do, this will pick the screenshot for the first test case, and it will attach the first screenshot with the first test case in your report. So this is how it is trying to do. So this is some HTML code you need to give. It will take the screenshot name because that will going to be unique. This is our screenshot name in our local machine, and it will attach that screenshot to the test case number one, because as of now we are working with only first test case. When it will run second time, this name will be different, screenshot will be different, and now it will attach the second screenshot one by one. It will keep on attaching the screenshot. So let us do one thing. Let me run it as a Maven project. Window, perspective, open perspective, Java. So to reset everything, I'm just so now if I run it, so Maven test. Let us see whether it is able to generate or not. It is started to run. Let me delete this HTML folder. Okay, so let not. You can see one screenshot is coming here. You will see total 7 screenshot will come here one by one. You can keep a check here because all the 7 test cases will going to be failed. So one by one screenshot will come. Total 7 more. So it is run 7 times. Let me check. You can see total 7 more screenshots are coming here. And let me check the report now. Refresh the project. So always refresh the project. Sometimes you will not see that otherwise. This is our file name. And I will paste that file here. So all the 7 test cases are failing. That's why I failed 7 if I click the test case. So still you can see the name is present here like this .png, but still our screenshot is not visible here, right? So whatever the code we have written, that is coming here. So for that, you need to set one property to false. So this property, there is one property. By default, it will be true. So basically, some kind of might be due to the security reason. What you need to do, first you need to set this property to false. Then only your HTML code will be visible like that image. So now if I run it again, sorry, not this, run as Maven test. So now, as of now, we are getting, as of now, where is that report? Okay, I think I have closed the report. So screenshot is not visible in our report. So this time we should see the screenshot because I'm also providing this line. So hopefully we should see that screenshot here. If not, let us check again. So later on, you can also enter the password field and try to click on continue button if you want. So now let me refresh the. This time we should see some screenshot as well attached to each and every. Okay, so test. So if you see how this screenshot is displaying as of now, if you go here, after that I have written this name, which means what if you remember that in HTML, whenever you have a link, each and every link will be start with anchor tag A. So this is our link name. You can say this is our link name and same link name is present here. So this is, if I click this, so this is how it will appear like this. The screenshot name will come here, right? So this is second one, second row. So first one is Harsh. First one is Harsh. So you can say Harsh name is coming here. If I talk about the second one, Himani. So for each and every web page, screenshot is present here like this, right? It will be unique. So what I will do, this does not look so good to me. So I will add two more lines. Let me tell you what this means. It will be, this is our class name. So to make it look good, I will add these three lines. So So what is this height and width? I will be coming to this point in a few seconds. So if you give like this, what will happen? Let me run one more time. Run as even test. So this also I think is present, capturing a screenshot where it is present. Let me show you. You can see the same name is coming here, capturing a screenshot. That's you can change. You can give any name. So now okay, so it has taken the screenshot again, and now what we can do, one more thing. This is our test case, right? Now I can do this because now we are not going to see it again and again. So now once our execution is finished, this should be closed automatically. So after this, it will execute once our test case will execute. So now let me refresh, uh, refresh the code, refresh the project, go to this folder, go to this path, and paste it here. So now let me do one thing. So you can remove this one. It is not required. Earlier, how we are trying to do? Let me go here. Listeners. So now this BR, what is this BR? It is basically meaning that whenever you click on any image, it will open in the separate tab. This is what the meaning of BR in HTML. You can Google that. BR in Google, BR tag in Google. So what will happen? Now this looks good, which means some screenshot is present here, and if I click it, it will be open in the separate window. So the size of this will depend on this one, height and width. You can change this height and width to different one. It will appear differently, right? So that is what about the height and width. So this is just like the thumbnail, right? You can click this, it will open in a separate window like this. You can click it, it will open in the separate window like this. So this is how total 7 screenshots are present here like this, right? So like so this is how you can take the screenshot and place this in the report one by one. So is it clear to everyone? Or you can click this one as well. You can remove it if you want. If you want, you can remove it. So I think this will be same. Yeah, same report, same screenshot is attached to this person. So this part is clear to everyone. Okay, everyone. So that's all for today. If you have any queries, you can try that. I will share this code, so you can try that. And in the next class, we will see Jenkins along with that framework only. So we still few things are left in this framework. I will discuss in the next session. So till the time you can practice this and try to create it on your own. So Thank you everyone for attending.